What's up, guys? Welcome to CS2 Mirage smokes and some nades. Um, so I'll get straight to the point. Most of the lineups you already know for CSGO will work in CS2, but I'll note the ones that are slightly different. We'll start with the window smoke that people throw by the trash can. This one is slightly different. You have to aim. Instead of in this like square, you have to aim at the top of the door frame right there. So you notice there's like a square right there that I'm outlining. Center of the square up to the top of the door frame. You can hold D for like a quarter of a second and then jump throw. So you'll notice I kind of like slid forward very slowly. Once you're in that sliding state, you can just jump throw and it'll actually land in here. It looks kind of weird, but just trust that it'll work. So again, middle of the square, top of the door frame, holding D for a little bit and then jump throw. And it's gonna bounce right in there. You can smoke top mid, kind of the same way. I don't know if you still want to smoke top mid anymore because it gives you a full it gives you like no gap on the right side to walk around, so maybe this will be different, or maybe this is not something you want to do anymore, but I'll just leave it in there for now. You can also smoke top mid by getting to this corner here and you aim at the tip of a little pole right there, and there's also going to do a top mid smoke. Again, I don't know how much you want to do this smoke anymore, but we'll see. You can smoke cat by getting to this corner there, aiming at the top right of this little window outline thing, and jump throw. So you can see in the picture-in-picture right there, it's going to bounce a couple of times and it'll land nice and centered. With how smokes work in CS2, you can throw that smoke that people used to throw for connector, like in the early days of CSGO, where you stand here, aim at the second little thing there, and then jump throw. Oh, okay, a little more to the right. So like right there maybe. But either way, it's gonna actually land inside connector, and it's gonna actually bloom high enough to not give the CTs a one-way anymore. Now if you're already top mid, you can smoke window by hugging the back wall, aiming there on the antennas, run forward and throw. And you can smoke cat by getting into this corner here, aiming between these two tips of that antenna there. This smoke still works. If you get into that corner there, aim where all the walls meet in that corner. You can also chuck a smoke right off the side of this wooden board to smoke cat. Your A nades are basically the same lineup. The stairs one is still the same. The CT one is basically the same. I don't know if you guys have different lineups for the CT smoke, but I do the middle of the door here, and then the bottom left corner of this little thing there. It's going to bounce back and smoke your CT for you. And then jungle, I usually aim or stand in the middle here. Little spot right there, and then a little more than halfway up. I'm sure there's a better way to throw this one in particular, but I've always been bad at throwing the smoke, so I kind of like ask other people to do it. Now the fast McDonald's is slightly different. You can come into this corner here for the left arch, and there's going to be like a tiny little like divot in the paint right up here near the top of this green tarp canopy thing. And if you jump throw a smoke there, it should bounce pretty deep into the here. So when you actually do jump out of the window, like it's still smoked, but it's much like further back on the CT side where they'll be holding. Now for get right, you can come into here, make the two slants flat, so this thing here and that thing there. Just make them line up roughly top right of that window, or like the outline of the window. That should bounce back into get right. So you can combine those two smokes for fast McDonald's, right? The smoke's supposed to be further back, but that's the idea. Your B smokes are still the same. This is market window. This one is market door. If you sit next to the trash bags, don't go up on it, just like get stuck. And there's a little T right here. If you're looking at, so there's a T right there. You just have to aim at the intersection of the T right like that, and jump throw. That's gonna go into market door. Get right, find this window right side of it, and then if you look up, there's that antenna right there. Aim at the tip of it. Get left, find this tip of the arrow, and then down and right to it is a white line right here. Gonna stand there, and then you're gonna see this like E shape or a 3. I'm outlining with my crosshair. You're gonna aim in between the center of it and the bottom line of that 3, and then just jump throw. Works the exact same way as it did in CS:GO. So those are your two smokes for B, or for the arches, and of course you have market window and market door like I just showed you. Moving to CT side, you can still smoke a ramp if you get in front of missiles here. And just aim in this little square right there and left click. It's gonna land right there. And of course you can still throw mollies over tri-box as you're running towards a ramp for that really fast, relatively fast molly for a ramp. So this is like kind of still a thing, but I'm not exactly sure how good it is anymore. I don't think you want to do that. Well, I guess you could, but there's not really one ways in CS2, so you know, it's kind of tricky nowadays to smoke yourself off in connector to try to fight mid. Just going to B real quick. You can get into this corner, or sorry, not that corner, behind the trash can. And if you aim to the right of like where the shiny part of the green tarp is, but to the left of this little dot, somewhere around there, you can left click a smoke and it's going to land relatively deep into B apartments. But like I said, most of the smokes in Mirage for CS2 are about the same as they were in Go. As long as you remember your lineups, for the most part, they'll work. The only main exceptions are the window smoke for T side, and maybe some of the fast McDonald's one if you guys ever throw those. But that's really it. If you didn't know those smokes previously, you do now. So make sure to remember these as you play your games, because they're going to be very important for taking map control or taking the sites. Thanks for watching, and let me know if you like the video.